This is your WAUK Daily News Roundup for the Shaw, 101.1 FM and 540 AM in Waukesha.
With local news on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM, I'm Stuart J. Waddles. Milwaukee's newest push to crack down on reckless driving is now in the hands of state lawmakers. Senate Bill 375 would allow the city to put up 75 red light and speed cameras at major crash sites. Lawmakers yesterday heard testimony from crash victims and supporters calling for safer streets. Opponents say the cameras could unfairly burden low-income drivers. The Senate Transportation Committee must now decide whether to send the bill to the full Senate for debate. If it passes, Milwaukee would be the first city in Wisconsin allowed to use traffic cameras. Another effort at calming traffic is also being talked about. Downtown drivers could soon see fewer lanes on Water Street. Milwaukee's Department of Public Works wants to shrink part of the street from 4 lanes to 2, adding protected bike and bus lanes along an 8-block stretch. The City Council will have the final say. If approved, the project would be funded through tax districts. Milwaukee firefighters aren't waiting for emergencies. They're going door to door to prevent them. During Fire Prevention Week, Milwaukee fire crews are going door to door installing free smoke detectors and talking about safety. Fire officials say smoke alarms save lives by giving families time to get out when every second counts. If you do need a free alarm, there is a smoke alarm hotline. And after tonight, the Brewers will either be on to the next round in the playoffs or they'll be preparing for another game in Chicago. First pitch today for Game 3 in the National League Division Series between the Brewers and Cubs is at 4:08. If you need to be surrounded by other fans, there is a watch party at Davidson Park on the Harley-Davidson campus. There, giant TV, local food trucks, tailgate games, and appearances by Brewer mascots Bernie Brewer and the Racing Sausages. Fans are encouraged to bring lawn chairs and blankets to get comfortable. And that's the local update. It's all news all morning, 6 to 9 on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. News anytime at WAUKradio.com. I'm Stuart J. Waddles.
Brewers and Cubs in Chicago. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Game 3 of the NLDS. After 2 wins in Milwaukee, Brewers manager Pat Murphy asked what is he expecting from the Cubs fans at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to be here a number of times in the last 10 years. I know how great this crowd can be, how impactful it can be, just like ours were the last 2 games.
Right-hander Quinn Priester on the mound for the Brewers. On facing the Cubs.
They know what they're going to get. We know what we're going to get. And it's just, go to battle. And just, we're going to keep punching back. They're going to keep punching, see who comes out on top. And if we play our style of baseball and we execute the way we can execute on the mound at the plate, we're really confident in our team.
NFL, the Packers getting ready to host the Bengals Sunday. Cincinnati making a trade, sending a 5th-round pick to the Browns for veteran quarterback Joe Flacco. The Bengals losing 3 in a row with backup Jake Browning after Joe Burrow had toe surgery. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
That's your WAUK Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at WAUKradio.com.